I was gonna stay here and you said it was okay. She said, no, you can't stay here. You have to go somewhere else when the baby born and whatever. So I was like, alright.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. No, I've been missing for a week, but I'm back, and today I want to do a story time. As you see in the title, my story time is 17 and pregnant. Clearly I'm not 17 anymore and I'm not pregnant, but I wanted to do a story time about my experience being 17 and pregnant. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because the other day my 15-year-old daughter that I was pregnant with when I was 17, we had a discussion about a YouTuber that was 19 and pregnant, and she was saying it's okay because she's 19, she's pregnant, and she has money. So I was trying to explain to her that money doesn't raise a child, and even though she's 19, being a mother is pretty hard. Yeah, I had my first child, which is Abby, when I was young. So I got pregnant at age 17 with her, and my experience was rough. I don't like to play the victim. Doing what I was doing, I knew that there was a risk of getting pregnant. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I was a misguided teen. Alright? And the reason why I said I was a misguided teen is because growing up, I passed around from homes to homes. My grandparents grew me from I was young, and then when they migrated to America, they sent me to live with my father. My stepmother didn't like me for whatever reason, so she told me I had to come out, and I went back to my grandparents' house, and I was living there. And after they broke into the house on the, one side of the house, luckily it wasn't the side that me or my older brother was in, they decided that it was best for me to go and live with one of my grand aunts in Spanish Town. So my grand aunt was living in St. John's Road, and they told me I should go and live with her. That's how I ended up on St. John's Road. So being there, you know, the environment that I was coming from was very toxic, with my stepmother, living alone with my older brother. You know, none of us really knew what we were doing. We were two kids and we were basically living on our own. So my brother is 1 year older than me, so we were basically raising ourselves. So back to living on John's Road. Now when I went to live with my grand aunt, you know, my grand aunt was fun. You know, I could really talk to her about anything. I told my grand aunt a lot of things, that I was dating somebody and stuff like that, and she didn't have a problem with it. You know, she didn't really find anything wrong with whatever I told her, right? And I'd say to her that I want to go to this party, I want to go to that party, and she'd be like, okay, fine, you can go. But my cousin, that we are the same age, she wouldn't allow her to go to the parties with me. I was so happy that I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. I did not really look into that. You know, I was just living my best life, my best teen life. She didn't allow my cousin to go anywhere with me when I was going out to the parties or wherever I was going at. But my cousin wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. I felt sorry for my cousin because she wasn't getting to enjoy the life that I was living. But my cousin was a very tricky teen as well, because most of the stuff that I started experiencing when I moved there, she was the one that showed me. Even the person that I was dating, she introduced me to the person. Alright, so I was like, you know, why my grandaunt not allowing her to go out like how she's allowing me to go? Anyway, I was in a lot of confrontation with girls my age and older. But he was the one that I love. So despite all of that, nobody couldn't tell me nothing. I wanted him. So I had an older cousin that was a police, and she keep on advising me and telling me that, listen, you have the potential to be somebody great. You deserve way better than this guy. So don't get caught into his traps. Still not listening to my older cousin. I was hell bent on being with who I wanted to be with. So fast forward to when I was 17 now. So I started dating him when I was 16, and I got pregnant when I was 17. So he was like 27 because he's 10 years older than I am. So when I got pregnant, I didn't tell anybody. I went to stay with my mother for the summer, and when I was there, I realized that I didn't see my period. My mother was like, why didn't you see your period and everybody else saw their period? And I was like, I don't know. So my mom took me to the doctor, and then she found out that I was pregnant. So my mother was like, listen, abortion is not an option. You put yourself into this situation, you're gonna see yourself out, right? But to be honest, my mother was not upset, right? She wasn't upset. My grandaunt and my grandmother decided that I was to go back to Spanish Town, because there was a school where I could have, that's a woman's center. Big up to the woman's center at Abbey Court at Trafalgar Road in Half-a-Tree, right? I went to that school while I was pregnant, and I got to do some of my CXC subjects there. I got to meet a lot of interesting persons when I was there. I was on their board. I talked to the persons that helped to create some books that would inspire and prevent teenage pregnancy, along with the girls that I boarded with. Some of them were raped, some of them were just given out to persons in gang, all kind of stuff, right? So persons were there pregnant from like 12 years old, right? But for me, it felt like my whole world was shattered, my whole dreams were shattered, and I had a high risk pregnancy. So there were times when they had to rush me to the hospital, stuff like that. It was very, 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 it was hard. So I went to school there, and I boarded for like the entire week, and I'd go home on a weekend. One weekend I went home, and my grandaunt was like, so where you plan to stay after you have the baby? So I said I thought I was gonna stay here, and you said it was okay. She said, no, you can't stay here, you have to go somewhere else when the baby born and whatever. So I was like, alright. From she said that, I told my baby father what she said, and then I was like, alright, I'm gonna try and find somewhere to go even before the baby was born. So his mother told me it was okay, I could come and stay with her. So during that year, I turned 18 in November, and I went to live with the father of my first child, his mother. I was there till I started to get a bit uncomfortable, and I decided that, listen, I wanted to go to my mother, but I was going to school, so I waited till the March of the following year. When I had my baby, I went to live in Otrius with my mother. My mother helped me out with things that I should know about taking care of a baby and all of that. But because I wasn't around the father of my child, he wasn't really doing much for the baby. So it was basically on me. I went and I looked a job at one of the inbound stores, and I got a job, and that is when I finally started to see my way out to start to go on my feet. I could buy stuff for my baby, I could pay my bills and stuff like that. So I really did this story to really tell teenagers that having a child is no big rush. I see a lot of persons making videos how old they were when they got pregnant, and or how old they are now that they're pregnant, And I just want them to know that, listen, it's no big rush. Do not rush trying to be an adult. Enjoy being a teen. Enjoy your life as a child, because the responsibility of a parent is very, very hard. And a lot of times when our parents are trying to find a better life for themselves, they will leave us with family members. They are not always looking out for our best interests, right? They will keep you because they're getting the money to keep you, but to ensure that you turn out to something successful, they don't care. And most of these men that, oh, I want a baby with you, I love you, I'm gonna take care of this child, after the child is born, that is when you really see what type of men they are. So always be careful. I remember there were nights upon nights when I was pregnant, I had nightmares. I could not come to terms with the fact that I was pregnant and I had to drop out of school, because that was my last year. That I think no, I went to Osemarty in grade 10, so I repeated grade 10. So the following year would be my last year, so I did not get to complete my following year. That really put a damp on my education. That really put a damp on my future. I'm grateful for the fact that I had my child, you know, and I'm happy that she's here. I'm happy for the journey and the experience that we had. But I wanted to do this video not only for other teens, but so that she can see it as well. You understand? That should not be your primary focus. No, getting the most out of life or the best out of life should be your primary focus as a teen, right? Enjoying being a teen, enjoying your life, trying to complete your education, trying to travel to see the world, because when you have a child, you're now confined to putting that child's needs before yours, or ensuring that that child has a brighter future. So I don't want to make this video any longer. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if you have not yet. And if you want me to do another story time, comment it down below. If you want me to do a story time or me and Bossy met, I can do a story time, not Abby's father, but who I'm dating now. If you want me to do a story time like that, comment it down below and I'll do a story time on that as well. So I'll see you guys in another video.
On the path that we believe in, no, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. All you need to know is that we're holding on.